In this video, we're going to talk about setting up your development environment in a consistent way. We're going to focus on Mac in this video. There'll be a separate video for setting up an equivalent set of tooling on Windows, if that's what you prefer. The first place we're going to start, and this is partially because it works so well on every platform and because it is such an excellent editor, is Visual Studio Code, aka VS Code. This is the free integrated development environment from Microsoft, which you can download at code.visualstudio.com/download. Download the version for your platform and go ahead and get that installed and launch it. Now that we have Visual Studio Code as a baseline, the next thing we need to talk about is the terminal. For consistency and for convenience, we're going to use the terminal that comes built into VS Code. There's really not much you have to do in terms of setup on Mac. There is actually a relatively complicated set of steps to get the equivalent functionality working on Windows, and we go through all that in the Windows version of this video. As far as it goes on Mac, all you have to do is open a new terminal. The next step, which is a preparatory step, which you only have to basically do once, is you're going to need a package manager. Mac doesn't come with a package manager by default, and there is this cross-platform package manager called Homebrew, and there are very, very simple installation instructions for Macintosh right here. Basically, you need to open a terminal and run this command, and that will get Homebrew installed for you. Run the command. As you can see, it proposes what it's going to do. It basically downloads the script, then it goes ahead and executes it and stops before it actually does anything. So I'm going to actually just go ahead and hit return. Okay, so one way or the other, you will run through the install command and get Homebrew installed. There's really nothing else to do in terms of reboots or anything like that once the installation is complete. Next, we'll use Homebrew to ensure that you have Node and NPM or Node Package Manager installed. Brew install Node. In my case, I've already got it installed, so it may... Okay, I've already got it installed, so let me actually do brew upgrade Node instead. So your installation process will look something like this, but instead of an upgrade, you'll be doing an install if you don't previously have it installed. There are numerous different ways to do this kind of thing. If you Google around online, you can get deep in the weeds with running make files and all kinds of like compiling from source or binary installers or whatever. But the great thing about using a package manager is then you have a consistent path context, and it makes sure that you can easily upgrade, get additional resources and so forth if you need them. It's highly recommended to use a package manager. Now that we've got Node installed, we should be able to run npm, which is a component of Node. In fact, if you want to just double check, you can write brew install npm. But as you see, I tried installing it now, and it already says it's installed. So I can just run npm version, which -v is an alias for. And getting npm installed properly is ultimately the goal of this video. What you're going to actually do with this new superpower will be the topic of a subsequent video.